It's run down. It's falling to the ground. It's the 108.9 The Hawk Beach House. All summer long. Yeah. All the DJs are living there together, but only one of them gets to use the pool. Whisp Turlington. The 108.9 The Hawk Beach House. All summer long on 108.9 The Hawk. In those Hawk Beach House nights.
Oh my God.
On the Verde Bay, everyone's here, and some of them stayed. Hey everyone, it's Whisp Turlington, Geoff and Whisp show.
Geoff the Angry Man Garlock on the Geoff and Whisp show. I gotta tell you, Whisp, I am feeling like the drummer of the Silver Bullet Band.
Wait, you're feeling like you got crushed by the bus before that show in Akron?
Crushed by the bus. And right before that, they were like, don't stop playing that drum beat. Never stop doing it for all of Hollywood Nights. And then all of a sudden I was like, there's a bus coming.
They're like, and Seeger's like, you can't stop.
You can't stop moving.
He's like, no, guys, the bus is seriously coming, right?
It's like, don't stop. If you listen closely, you can almost hear it going.
You can
beep,
hear it.
Beep, beep, beep.
It's backing it up.
It's backing
it up. And
he's
right
like,
into that
excuse
drummer.
me, baking powder, can I stop playing this drum beat?
Squish.
Squish. And you hear right at
And that was the name of the drummer, too. Squish. My favorite drummer for the Silver Bullet Band.
Some people like Neil Peart.
No.
Some people like Bill Ward.
No.
Some people like the Bunny. I like the Smart.
All rock dolls you can get at Rock Dolls down on Hog Street, sponsor of the 108.9 The Hawk Beach House.
And the Rock Dolls on the Boardwalk, don't forget that.
Rock Dolls on the Boardwalk. They've got a great commercial. I hope you hear that soon.
God.
Do have to say that, Scotty, our producer right over there on that side of the deck. We're out on the big deck.
Oh, my God.
And here
so
at the...
no covering here on this deck either.
And you better wear some goddamn shoes or slippers or flip-floppies or slides because you're going to get a splinter. I got one last night. Here's the story, ladies and gentlemen.
We're laying it out for you.
6:14 on the Geoff and Whisp show. Am I still a little drunk?
It's a rhetorical question, but it has a strong answer.
Rhetorical. And the strong answer is yes. In fact, I'm cracking open another can of God's Golden Juices, one of our really nice craft breweries here in Valverde. God's Golden Juice. I need it to keep my organs functioning.
It's
Here we
a
go.
spike seltzer and a craft brew, all in one. And you can taste both of them with every sip.
You can taste them all.
Oh God!
And
every time you're like, God's Golden Brew.
God's Golden Juices down the gullet once more. And I say, we had a party. We all moved our stuff in. I got all of my stuff in the limo from Turlington Manor. Drove it right down to this once condemned house. And I did talk to the Valverde Bay building commissioner, and I kind of slipped him a little cash. And that's why we're here. That's why we got this little...
You just got to slip... I mean, it really was a little. It was like $4.
I just slapped some cash his way.
This is a little cash.
Yeah, Donnie Fairchild, you can pay him off.
Johnny Fairchild will take anything.
Cash can take
Zelle, Venmo. He'll just take a carrier pigeon with quarters attached to its legs, and he'll be like, sure.
Lepcoin, the Def Leppard Bitcoin.
My God, he'll
step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. Bitcoin.
Beautiful song.
Thank you. But anyway, we had a fucking party here last night.
If you're gonna have a beach house for the summer,
you better
be ready to party every night.
It is just like, you got a boat. Let's say it's the Titanic. Just for shits and giggles. Is the delay working, Scotty? It is not. We're going to get to that. Not much is working.
Now on the beach house.
Yeah. It's like he's hanging out with the band Sparks, but instead they're actual sparks happening over there with all of his equipment. So we had a rager last night.
It was insane.
At the beach house. Now, just to preface this, God's Golden Juices.
God's Golden Juices. GGJ.
Oh, keeping them in. Who wasn't here is the question last night.
My gosh.
You had Skeet Ulrich.
Of course.
You had old Matthew Lillard.
They both brought a party sub together.
Oh, my God. I mean, if they're coming together to your party, you can expect a pretty goddamn delicious party sub from Party Sub King right there on Hog Street, Verde.
And they were trying to Lady and Tramp that 20-foot party
They got
sub.
on one side and the other.
My God.
And,
you know who was right in the middle of that?
who?
The Sklar brothers.
Just chomping their way.
Keep yelling at them like, stop eating in the middle of the party sub.
Come on, Sklar.
I
call them.
Sklar.
I don't know the Sklar brothers' names. I call
They
them
didn't know by the end of the
Sklar.
night while they were having those
They had no clue.
God's juices. You know?
God's golden juices. I call one Sklar and I call one Sklar.
It's like the Sklar's brothers.
Yep. They don't like it.
No.
I don't care. I'm Whisp Turlington. Pete Holmes.
Oh
He
my
was
God.
here talking about every goddamn podcast supplement around. He's got
was
great
insane.
hair because of whatever hair thing he's using. now.
Hair slop.
Hair
He's
slop.
throwing in hair slop. He's spiking all of the God's juices with brain juice.
I've got hair, Pete Holmes. I don't need any
don't
hair
need
slop in my God's golden
God's
juices.
golden gluces.
God's golden juices.
Get back in your infrared sauna and get the hell out of my face. But then he did. He brought his travel infrared sauna.
Infrared sauna right there, and you can
Popping
get one of those.
supplements the whole time.
He was telling us how much we could get our own sauna for, and we're just like, let's leave him.
Let's
over
just
there.
move it on because I
We
want to go
locked
talk
him.
to Dave Portnoy
Oh,
from
God.
Dream Theater.
Oh, you got Dave Portnoy from Dream Theater over there, and he's like, you know what we should do? We should lock Pete Holmes in his sauna. So we did that.
We did. I mean, you did it because I'm not gonna lie to you. Portnoy starts talking. I'm like, that's really what your voice sounds like. Every time?
get over there. We're gonna lock in the Pete Holmes in the
Playing
sauna.
those prog metal drums, but my God, when he starts talking, you're like, what the hell bar band are you playing in?
Yeah, it's like he's playing for the Blues Brothers, and they're behind a bunch of chicken wire.
My God. And you know, we got to say, you know who else was there? The Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers 2000, of course.
2000,
I mean,
so
that's
of
the
course.
one we had to deal with. That's
Jimmy
what we take.
Belushi, Johnny Goodman. No sign of the new Blues Brother, though. Jimmy Fallon, unfortunately.
No. The animatronic, or the cat was there. The CGI cat.
Yeah,
were in
the CGI Blues Brother.
But it was an animatronic version of the CGI cat.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I was like, is this God's golden juices?
The sun
kicking
is
in?
so bright
Oh
in
my
the
God,
morning.
it's insane.
Usually we're in the studio. Now we're out on a deck with, as Jeff said, no covering whatsoever.
Scotty, $50 on Amazon can get you a tarp we could throw over this. Maybe then your equipment wouldn't be sparking so much, but I don't know.
Maybe. But of course, we know why your equipment is sparking. Mickey Rourke was doing keg stands with our own keg stand over there.
You got that right, keg
And-
stand.
and-
Keg stand, of course, is coming to us from the hole
Yeah.
in the floor. He's usually, you can't see him. He's usually under the table, but this time he literally fell through the floor. I'm thinking we maybe shouldn't have thrown out so many ducats for those permits, but
You know what? He's down there. I don't know how we're going to get him out. But he got down there last night. Mickey Rourke picked him up.
in a hole.
Okay, we get it. We get it.
He's
Is that a
big
request, keg stand? You want some
Allison Chains fan.
Allison Plains.
Allison
Valverde's #1 Allison Chains tribute band. They were playing all night
female
long.
Allison Chains tribute band.
Allison Plains, but it's all with aeronautic themes. It's like, "Where'd you fly a plane?" was one of the songs.
Can't snuff the rooster, and the rooster is a plane.
The rooster is the name of a plane.
But they stop the song mid-song, and they keep explaining it's a plane.
I'm the man in the cargo box.
Oh my
Talking
God.
about, where all of the luggage goes. Okay, anyway.
And then they do I'm the man in the black box. And you're like, didn't we already do this? Allison Plains,
but it's two different things, so
two
it's
different things. They have disputes.
The equipment's sparking because Mickey Rourke picks up keg stand the wrestler style and just throws him through the equipment. So not much is working. Correct, Scotty, our producer over there, putting his hands up, saying no.
No.
Well, okay. Let me run the list. We do have a guest coming in. It's a very good guest. They're sitting over on that side of the deck.
No, they're over there.
So, there's no green room. They're just cooking over there in the sun.
Just baking in the heat.
Oh, I am too. I gotta rub my eyes. It's like I'm melting. I'm melting. flashing? What movie's that from?
I believe that's from The Matrix Reloaded.
The Matrix Reloaded.
Knew it. Got it.
Yep.
Always
You got it. You're so good with movie quotes.
So good with movie
That's
quotes.
part where Neo is just like, whoa, I feel weird, bro. What's happening to me? And then and Morpheus is like, you're melting.
We all thought about what that meant philosophy-wise.
Morpheus
but also,
on the deck.
Morpheus in here?
Is Morpheus at the Hawk Beach House? I wouldn't know because we had so many people here last night. Christina Aguilera.
Peter Cetera.
Jamie Kennedy.
Lars Ulrich.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Lark Voorhees.
Catherine Bell from Jag.
That she was playing the character from the
She
character
was
she
in
played
full,
it. She was in
full
character.
Full.
And that one episode where they're like, surprise, I'm in a bikini. And you're like, who is this show for?
Wait. What?
But then you knew who the show was for because the Jag from Jag showed up.
The Jag from Jag showed up, and he's like, I got nothing to do. He drank so much God's golden juices last night. He's like, I got no auditions. You guys hiring? And we're like, we're not hiring the Jag from Jag.
Jesus Christ.
Tom Selleck.
And then the Wahlberg who cooks all the burgers. He's still cooking. I see him over there.
I'm smelling burgers, and it makes me want to Ralph. I had 4 of them last night.
I want to heave.
I want to hoe.
I want to barf. What's that movie from?
Oh, God, of course. That's Stepmom.
Of course.
I want to heave. It's really
heart-wrenching movie.
It's really hard to be your mom.
Julia Roberts.
But it's even harder
when
to
she
be
says she wants to heave.
Your stepmom. I got it. I want to heave.
What a flick. We watched that last night around 2 in the morning.
We put up a sheet, and I'm just dripping from the nose. I'm sure I did a lot of coke last night, Scotty.
While we were watching Stepmom, that went straight into Dad, starring Tom Selleck, Jack Lemmon. It was a
Kurt
true
Russell rolls in,
feature.
puts up a sheet, and he's like, who wants to do some lines and watch Stepmom? And we're like, all right, Captain Ron.
All right.
He was in full Captain Ron attire.
I don't know why we weren't watching Captain Ron.
We're at the beach. If Kurt Russell's at Verde Bay, he better be fucking dressed like Captain Ron.
That's just a fact.
That's just a fact.
I'll tell you another fact.
Please.
We have got a great guest here.
What? Tell me more. Tell me more. What movie is that from?
Oh, that one? Oh, of course. That's from Green Card with Gerard Depardieu.
He's like, tell me more. Tell me more.
That's when he's asking Andy McDowell to tell him more about the shampoo she uses so that they can.
Does he drive a fast car?
Lie to the government.
Yep. Well, it was a big.
Don't want to get political, but that's just Green Card.
Lie to I was so happy when they deported Gerard Depardieu.
Oh my God! Just round of applause.
It's like round of applause. Ovation. Get him out.
But you know who I've got a standing ovation for?
Who's that?
Look, Whisp, right now we have.
I can't see from all the sweat on my face, Geoff. Say it.
Do you know the band, the wonderful band, TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA?
Oh my God, they were the band at my 4th wedding.
Exactly. You know who booked them? Their manager, DINA LEAF.
DINA LEAF,
rock and roll royalty here. DINA LEAF.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
It is so exciting to have you. I wish we would have things built up a little better for you, Dina, here at the beach house. But sit down.
I know you're expecting a lot because you're a big time rock and roll manager.
Big
rock and roll manager.
Man. Yeah, man, I'm a big time manager.
Yeah.
It's cool though, cause I can hang with whatever. I can hang out with the poorest man in the town. I can hang out with the richest man in the town.
Me.
Yep. You are hanging out with the poorest man and the richest man here.
Go ahead and put that on a billboard for the Geoff and Whisp show. Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
I see you clear as day, except for the sweat that's just
the suntan lotion just burning my eyes.
Oh my God, that's the worst. When you get
it stings. It stings, but the key is not to wear suntan lotion, man. That's the key.
That's the key.
Yeah.
That's
just
the key.
raw dog it.
Kids, you gotta
raw dog it on suntan.
You gotta raw dog the sun, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
You know, this Wisp is why I'm so happy that Dina is here because
why?
She's a manager extraordinaire, of course.
Okay.
One of the best bands that survived the Verde Bay cruise disaster.
800 tons of guns.
Rest in power.
Rest in power. So many bands we lost that day. We lost Silk Stockings.
Oh my God.
We lost Red Shoe Diaries.
We lost Salmon King, the actual person who created Red Shoe
Can I just say, fuck those guys?
Oh! We don't have the air horn. It's not working.
I'm sorry, man. Man, I'm sorry. Did I not bleep? I'll bleep myself.
You don't have to, man, because the fucking delay's not working.
Nice.
Fucking delay don't work at the beach house.
And these slobs in Belverde, it's all they hear.
I'm just
they
saying,
only know
like,
the bad words.
Only the strong survive. TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA survived. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get him on the air here. I gotta get him some more airtime, man.
I mean, this is what I was saying. Dina, you are one of the best at promoting your band because I never think about them unless they get promoted by you. I'm not going to lie.
Thank you. But
you are just a fountain of wisdom. You know, everyone's like, Rick Rubin. Just let's listen to that guru talk trash about how to live our lives. But every word that comes out of your mouth, I'm just like, raw dog suntan lotion. I mean, you could really base your life on that, and I think this band has based their life on it, truly.
Well, I mean, it is their song, Raw Dog the Sun.
Yeah, man. I mean, I gave them, because I hang around in the studio, you know, while they're making hits.
Yep.
And, you know, that's one of my sayings I'm known for, Raw Dog in the Sun.
Yeah.
And then that, you know, in turn, they made a song about it.
It's just like Ringo said 8 days a week. And the rest of the Beatles were like, you're a fucking idiot, Ringo.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to count. What a dumb idiot.
What a fucking idiot. Learn to count, Ringo. And then number 2, great song title.
Yeah, but I'm more of a George Harrison guy, you know?
Okay.
If I were a guy...
If you were a
would
guy,
be a George Harrison
if
guy.
I were a guy.
Another fantastic TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA song.
If I were a guy.
You know it, man.
Yeah.
Their other hits, Engineer Leg.
Oh, Scotty, can we play it?
Yeah, can we?
He just
That'd
looked
be
at
great,
the sparking
man.
board. I would play the hell out of Engineer Leg right now if I could.
Thank
you know what
you.
else? You know what else? I a song that was very important to me just a couple years ago when I almost got my 3rd DUI. I'm of course talking about the TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA classic, My 3rd DUI.
Mm-hmm. You know it.
Why
That's
did that one speak to you?
2, 3 times a DUI. 1, 2, 3 times a DUI.
And the cops in the background, he's like, no, this is serious. Stop recording. This is serious. And then 2 of the members, Tony and Gleef, they got tased. So your bass and your drums drop.
Mm-hmm.
And
But I like what that added to it, man.
I love it. Oh,
I love what it added to it.
Because I clapped. I added the bass and the drums with my hands. Cause
you know, see, if we're playing in a live venue that's not a cruise ship, that's when people are going to start, like, clapping. That's when you get the audience going, you know?
If you're on a cruise ship, they ain't going to be clapping. But anywhere else,
no, they got to stay. They got to try and stay standing up.
Just their arms to the left and right, trying desperately not fall over.
Oh.
Exactly, man. You know.
Oh,
you know.
we know.
I don't have to tell you.
You don't need to tell us. So, Dina, how did you start your wonderful long journey with TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA?
Oh, well, you know, I was working at the laundromat over on Donaldson Ave.
Oh.
You know that
Suds Aplenty.
Suds Aplenty.
Yeah, Mother loves Suds Aplenty.
Mother loves Suds Aplenty.
Mother loves Suds Aplenty. It's such a great...
There's one thing Mother love. It's Suds Aplenty.
You got it,
All
man.
Irish. Everybody's Irish in there. They're like, you come in here and you love it. Suds Aplenty.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
So I was working in there, and you know, some of the guys came in, and
which guys?
Gleef came.
Of course, Gleef was there. Gleef's always there. My God.
Was Dorito there?
Dorito was there. You know what's funny? This is a funny story. You're gonna like this.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Dorito was actually fixing some of the plumbing there.
Get out of here.
I swear to you.
My God.
And I'm listening to these guys talking about having a band. And I go, you know, what you need a manager, someone who's gonna, take care of you, get you gigs, take a percentage of your money, give you song ideas, help you produce, which you're getting all that with just me, one person. I could do it. I could do anything. And Dorito overhears the pitch, and then Dorito,
Dorito.
he's fixing the pipes, but he's just kind of like banging on them.
He's the auxiliary percussionist, so of course he would be.
Yep. So then they said, hey, what the heck is that? I kind of like that. Why don't you bring this guy in? Plus,
Dorito wasn't even in TWIZ-DED at that point.
No, that was all me, baby. Wow. That was all me, baby.
Oh, my God. It's like I'm watching VH1 in 1995 behind the music of TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
God.
Can we get on that, you think? You think I can get my guys on that VH1 show?
Unfortunately, no. They stopped making it.
Oh, man.
We do a version here on, but I don't think the board's working for it.
No.
Oh, no. Scott is pointing at the board. He said,
They do have the one on Channel 8, but that one is just bands that died.
Yep.
So, it has to be...
Bands that died.
Exactly. And so unless you've got more than 2 members of TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA dead.
No,
Unfortunately, they all survived.
They're all survived, unfortunately. Unfortunately for them.
Yep, and Silk
Unfortunately,
Stockings.
We're Not Dead. Of course, another great song by TWIZ-DED.
Unfortunately, we're not dead. Oh, so good. So good. That was really there, all the young dudes. When you get right down to it, that is there, all the young dudes for classic rock radio.
All the young dudes. If I were a guy. Wait a minute. I think I got a lawsuit coming on.
I think you do got a lawsuit if you could travel back in time.
Watch out, Ian.
Dina, hang out with us because we do have to do weather right now and right into traffic.
It's time for weather on 108.9 The Hawk.
Well, of course, it's hot here in Valverde Bay.
Hot in the Valverde
shit.
Bay, which is freaking me out.
As shit. But from what I hear, it's still cold. Cold as hell in Valverde.
Sharp nipples on Hog Street.
Yep. Another great TWIZ-DED fantasy song. Sharp nipples on Hog Street. Oh, God, I love that. We're going to talk more with DINA LEAF here in a second, but we do have to go to traffic.
108.9 The Hawk traffic with Art Spart.
Physical. I want to get physical. Let's get physical. Let me hear your traffic talk. And it's talking right now because roads are full of traffic out there, or at least the beach traffic, baby. I can't tell you what's going on down on Hawk Street because I have only been cruising up and down the Springsteen Highway. That goes all the way down Valverde Bay's replica of the Jersey Shore because it's summertime. And the only traffic that matters is the one outside the beach house, and it is trafficy as all hell. Every person that matters in Valverde is cruising up and down the streets, showing off their vintage muscle cars and hot mods, and Art Spart is no exception. That's right, I'm checking on all of the traffic as I drive up and down in my custom convertible DeLorean, because I want to go back in time to a time when I had a beach bod, and that wasn't embarrassing. I really let myself go this winter season, so I've been trying to drop some major LBs at my favorite gym on the shore, the George Lynch Body Blaster Gym and Spa. A sick guitarist and a major beefcake, and now a gym owner. Now, usually I'm able to get in there, bust out some sick delt work, and get on out toot sweet. I've timed my workout routine perfectly. But today it is packed at George Lynch's Body Blaster Gym because the fight of the century is finally happening in the parking lot. George Lynch versus Don Dokken in an all-out, no-holds-barred UFC-styled match. Now, apparently Don Dokken woke up today, and his first thought was, man, I hate that George Lynch continuously tried to take the spotlight from me when we were in Dokken together, which is just Don's morning meditation mantra while he drinks his first cup of Java. But maybe there was too much caffeine in his coffee. Or maybe in his sleep, he was talking to some of the Dream Warriors from Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and he decided to take his feud with Lynch up a notch and challenge him to an actual physical fight. And since we already had booked Don Doc in the 8 a.m. hour to come on down to the beach house and teach us his favorite panini recipes, I guess he decided to just kill two birds with one stone. And hopefully one of those stones is George Lynch. Now, amazingly, George Lynch has been noticing my exercise journey, and he actually asked me to be his ringside coach. I'm going to be his Mickey to Lynch's Rocky. Now, it is unclear which one of the Rocky rivals Don Dokken will be in this clumsy metaphor. But you can be rest assured it'll have a kick-ass training montage scored by one version of Dokken by hook or by crook. But I am stuck in traffic, just like every other mouth breather in this town. Fingers crossed I get there. So until that fight is over, expect a little bit of traffic and a whole lot of Dokken-related blood. And that's been traffic from the Bert's Funeral Flowers traffic desk. I'm Art Spart, on 108.9 The Hawk.
With Bert's Funeral Flowers, with Bert's Funeral Flowers.
Oh my God. Well, you know,
The main thing I took away from that is I want a panini. What's that?
I would go for panini, but Hollywood Nights again?
Jesus Christ.
Christ.
All right.
All right, here we go.
If you want something new, get yourself some God's golden brew. If you want to feel loose, you're gonna have to drink some God's golden juice.
You know what to do. Pick up that wretched slob hand of yours and reach for a shiny can of God's Golden Brew. The only beer that has been mixed with hard seltzer. Don't worry about using that sad, tired brain to decide between beer or hard seltzer anymore. 'Cause now you can have them both in one can. Gone are the days of holding one beer in your right hand and one can of hard seltzer in your left hand as you drive by any greater Verde Valley school. The good days are here, people, so when you pull your unshowered body into any Valverde location of Valmart, just shout God's Golden Brew, please.
If you want to feel loose, you gotta get that God's Golden Brew. If you want to feel loose, you gotta get God's Golden Brew. Hi, I'm Jason Gore with your latest 108.9 The Hawk concert calendar. Brought to you by BetBones. Place a bet with BetBones? Lose? Well, they get to take your bones, legally. On the 15th, head on out to Zazzers for Dad Rock 2025. That's right, it's a Dad Rock festival all you dads don't want to fucking miss. With bands like Warrant, Spin Doctors, Gin Blossoms, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Mike McCready from Pearl Jam only playing the Yellow Ledbetter riff for 45 minutes, and comedy from Jeremy Piven. Don't miss it. On the 19th at Valmart Amphitheater, it's Vertical Horizon, The Flies, and headliner Fister. With support from local bands Mind's Eye Poster, Juice, The Beginning, and Horse Cultures. And the Ha-Has are definitely happening at Dingbats on the 21st with their Local Legends Only show. Here you can stay away from woke comedy with local comedy legend Scotty Beef Fan, Big Lonely Christopher, and headliner Debbie Squatapucci. And that's your 108.9 The Hot concert calendar brought to you by BetBones. Bet all you can with all you are. BetBones. I'd say probably the arch rivals of TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA. John Bon Jovi! And as John Bon Jovi's living on a prayer on 108.9 The Hawk, the Valley's second choice for rock, it is the Geoff and Whisp Show 623. Welcome back to the show. All you slobs, we're here at the beach house, and it's nice.
Yeah.
How did you sleep? Geoff, what did you sleep on last night?
I slept on what I thought was a futon on the floor, now I realized was an abandoned dog bed.
Oh, like a big one.
I mean, no, a little one.
Oh
like this
my
was like
God.
for a chihuahua or something.
Wait.
Definitely-
Was that Mickey Rourke's dog bed?
You know what I'm realizing? That
For
I might have
Sneezer,
slept
his little dog? Because I
That's
heard
why
him
I
over-
got woken up to a punch in the head by Mickey Rourke.
Well, there you go.
Because I was sleeping on his chihuahua bed.
You go. I had a wonderful night's sleep in the little ADU I built behind the house last night. I had it craned in, air conditioning, king bed. Perfect.
It looks like a little miniature version.
Do what?
It's a little miniature version of Turlington Manor.
Yeah.
To scale.
It's my Turlington Manor away from home. A manor away from the manor.
And I wish you could let me in there, but God,
you will never enter it. You don't know the code.
That's what I'm worried about.
You'll never know the code. I'll give DINA the code because I trust and respect DINA LEAF, manager extraordinaire.
Thanks, man, because last night I slept on top of Magnum P.I. and Kathleen Turner.
They were both here. They were both here.
Yeah.
What? Magnum P.I. and V.I. Warshawski.
Oh, I love
Just make a great bed together.
Whole party. I'm just like, first off, you got the guy from Jag who's like, who's that work for me? And we're like, none of us do. And then I'm just like, Jewel of the Nile. It was better than Romancing the Stone, right? And she's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And that is my Kathleen Turner impression.
That's fair. I thought she was here.
She's like, I don't want to hear it.
I thought DINA was going to go sleep on her.
And she's like, has anyone seen Mickey Rourke's dog's dog bed? And I'm like, Kathleen, I can't. I'm not Knives Out over here. I can't solve this mystery for you.
You
I think I was about
man.
20
You could
God's
be,
golden
man.
juices.
Oh, I wish I could.
Hey, man, you want me to get you into Knives Out? I can get you in there.
What, into the next Knives Out? Or
yeah,
into...
let me represent you, man. Yeah, let me represent you guys, man. I can get you whatever you want.
Scotty, can you get my current manager on the line right now?
And Scotty, I don't have one, so just don't worry about me.
Okay. Line 43. Okay, here we go. Ricky, what's going on?
Hey, where's my boy?
You're
this
fucking
is your manager.
fired! I'm with DINA LEAF now. Click.
Wow.
That's how easy it's done in this world.
Thank you, man. You're never going to regret it. You're going to always want to be with me and stay with me, and it's going to be good.
I hope so. I hope so, because
that's what's on the card you just gave me, too.
I know. I just said that's a lot to put on a business card.
That's just another one of my catchphrases.
And I've got the book in my back pocket. That's just another one of my catchphrases by DINA LEAF.
By DINA LEAF.
Words to live by.
Exactly.
Words
I just
to
flip
live
through
by.
it every single morning. I'm just like, I don't need Brian Eno's oblique strategies. I don't need Rick Rubin's bullshit book.
No.
I don't need David Byrne telling me what music is about. I just need DINA LEAF.
Yeah.
Just telling me about how much of a percentage she's going to take from my day to day.
Yeah. Hey, Bono, maybe next time make that book a little shorter.
And just so you know, it's 35%.
35%.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my goodness. Well, then, excuse me, baking
here's
powder.
my rationale.
Ricky took 5.
Wow. Here's my rationale, man.
Okay.
Because the jobs are so few and far between. Like, I got to make a living.
Say that to the Jag guy. He was saying that all night.
Yeah.
It's like you basically took a quote from the Jag guy.
Well, I've been
The Jag guy wouldn't stop talking about the entertainment industry and how it's just dying. He's just like, all the Jag work is leaving.
He's like, we'll make it great in 2028. And we're like, shut up, Jag guy. You weren't even invited.
Oh, he wasn't?
No. He latched onto Catherine Bell's Mazda as she was coming down the hill.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Please.
Which one?
Anybody who wants to answer.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see how the question goes.
As I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you guys talk and everything, man.
Right.
I realize that the name of our town is pronounced Verde. Is that what you've been saying this whole time?
It's Valverde.
Valverde.
So
Valverde?
Like, we're having a very Valverde day.
Okay,
not Verde. If you say Verde,
like,
you're going to get killed
here,
on
man.
Hot Street.
I grew up here. I'm from here.
I know.
I've been saying Valverde.
Oh,
Valverde. Well, they pronounce it.
No, just Valverde.
North Valverde. That's where they pronounce it that way.
They do. If you're up in North Valverde.
Oh man,
With
I guess that's my dad was from North Valverde.
Was he a bird person?
Yeah, he was totally. He was. Yeah, he was in the birds.
Well, no, I
was
mean
in the
half
bird.
bird, because
Wait,
that's
but
where a
look-
lot
whoa,
of the
beep,
half
beep,
hot
beep,
people.
back up,
wait,
up,
so if he
excuse
was
me,
into
baking
birds,
powder.
okay, no, you.
This
go,
is a
you-
newsflash. Spoiler alert. we
Wait,
got
hold,
it.
fire it.
All the news you can use, or the news you can lose. It's news time on 108.9 The Hawk.
With Sterlington on 108.9 The Hawk, and it seems we have breaking news right here on the Geoff and Whisp show. Go, Jeff!
Apparently, DINA LEAF, manager extraordinaire now to both of us, taking 35%. Her father.
30! That still hurts every time it
Every
is said.
time it's like a ice pick in my
You're
heart.
gonna get your money's worth, man. You're gonna get your money's
I
worth.
feel like we
See?
might be getting our money's worth because apparently your father was in the band The Birds, and we're talking the UK Birds with Jimmy Page, who sang Turn,
is that-
Turn, Turn.
Oh, is he in it too? Is that the same one? Tambourine Man guy?
I'm looking at Scotty. Scotty's got his hands up. Usually we have screens in front of us that tells us everything to say. And I got nothing here except for a bunch of...
The screens we have got burned out by the sun, and there's just a DVD logo caught in the corner there, and I can't
just
tell
keeps
what the hell.
dancing around. So your dad was in the UK Birds with Jimmy Page.
Right.
And they did
he's
Mr.
also,
Spaceman.
I didn't know Jimmy Page was in it, man. This is news to me.
Wow.
Oh my god!
'Cause
Can
you know
hey,
when your
you know
parents-
what? Throw the bumper. This is news to her.
Is this news? Or is this a good rock fact? I can't tell.
You know what? Throw both of them.
Okay.
All the news you can use, for good or the news you can lose.
Jeff, the
It's
Angry
news
Man
time on
Garlock.
108.9 The Hawk.
And also, yeah, my dad's half a bird.
Love it. I knew it. That's
No,
the
but,
bird.
you know, I knew it. I love it. You know, I always had a theory that the birds were actually made of half bird, half people. And that's why Jimmy Page played that weird, like, kind of like ostrich, like flamingo style that he plays. I always blamed on Aleister Crowley and Satanism, but apparently it might be because he's half of a bird, just like your father.
Like, I don't want to be one of those guys, like one of our rock not historians here that we have, Greg Lemonsauer.
Oh, don't let
over
Greg.
there.
Hey, who was talking to me? Squeeze me. Are we good? Are we okay? Squeeze me baking powder.
Greg.
Listen. Oh,
Okay.
I
Jesus
heard that the
Christ.
word of the birds came through one of the premier British invasion bands.
No,
and I saw
no.
that we had DINA LEAF, the daughter
Greg.
of my favorite member
Oh,
of the
it's all in my
birds,
eyes.
one
God.
made creator of some of my dustiest grooves.
Greg.
Are we good? Are we
Greg.
okay, Wisp?
Okay, we're good. We're okay, Greg. But I had to ask you because this moron over here, Jeff, keeps saying UK Birds when I think he's trying to say the Yardbirds.
No. Of course, he is talking about the split 7-inch. We called it a 45. That was the UK Birds and the Yardbirds, where they
then I'm
did
the
a
idiot.
joint single that only came out on 78 RPM.
I'm
When people ask,
clearly
who are
the
my
idiot.
guys, I say, those are my guys.
Okay. Jeff, push him away.
Get out of here, Greg. Jesus. Trying to make me look like a fool here, and I knew what I was talking about.
Well, I don't know, but clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's get
I
back
know
to...
what you're talking about, cake stand.
Yeah, can we cover the whole... Can we just...
Can we just put a tarp? Can we get the tarp? You know what, Scotty? 2 tarps from Amazon. One to
Two
cover us
tarps
from the
from
sun.
Amazon, please.
One to cover up Cake Stand because he's driving me nuts.
Dana, you're here not to talk about any of this horseshit. You want to
I'm
keep
here
talking.
to talk about TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA.
Of course.
Now, here's the question that I had to ask you. Now, I always thought that their original name was just Twisted Fantasy.
That's
And
a
then-
really good question.
It's a thank you so much. I appreciate that you appreciate the
Is that a
question I'm
thank you
asking.
so much?
Yeah, can we throw the thank you so much?
Scotty, do we have
over for me?
the sound for the thank you so much? Let me see if we have it.
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
definitely my thank you so much. Thank
Yep.
you so much for appreciating the question I had. So,
Can I tell you something?
yeah, of course
Please,
you can.
you're our
Tina. You know
guest
I'm in
on-
mid-question of a thank you so much. But yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Scotty's my half brother, man.
Are you... What?
You fucking...
Scotty!
Scotty, get over here. Get on the mic.
over
He
here.
never talks, but when he does... Okay, here he comes.
He's coming.
Hello there.
Oh, my goodness. Scotty.
Hello.
Why did you never
It's
say
me,
this?
Scotty.
Scotty,
Oh,
this is your
my-
half-sister here?
Well, you know, nobody really bloody asks. You're always asking me for songs. You're always asking me for Amazon orders.
Of course.
You're always asking me for things to cover up Keg Stand. You never asking any real questions about me.
Well, because you only say no, and now I'm realizing you also were just eating bird seed back there. Is this what's going on?
Scotty, man, you gotta help me out, man.
Yeah, here we
Come
go
on,
again.
man, you gotta get TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA on here, man.
I've already told you we ain't got no room for them. Their songs are too big for the system. I can't put them in.
Oh, come on, man. We'll tone it down, man.
Well, how are you gonna tone it down?
You know, we can take out one.
No.
We'll take out one of the bases, one of them. We'll leave two in.
That would take it down about 2 MB, right there.
Right?
They are the only hair metal band with 3 bases. It was incredible what they were doing.
Well, you know, here's the rub there, Geoff.
Give me the rub.
Dina's estranged from the rest of my family.
I don't know why you gotta bring that up,
Well, I'm
Scotty,
just
man.
telling you, all of the Leaf family.
You know, here's what's messed up, man. You steal a couple things or whatever, a couple cars, some jewelry.
Stuff that you stole grandmother. You stole her out of her coffin.
Yeah.
And you said, look what I got. Not bringing her back. And we never saw her again.
Right, man, because I was staking my claim, man. Everybody's trying to get a piece, man. I said, you know what, man? You want a piece of Grandma's estate, man? Well, I'm going to take Grandma, man.
The estate wasn't her, though. We had control of the estate.
Well,
Dina.
I have control of her actual body, man.
What are you going to do with that?
Well,
I'm realizing, is that the body that we saw in TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA's I've Got Control of the Estate video?
Yes, and that is...
Yeah, man.
That was in the MTV Buzz Bin for so long.
It was in Buzz Bin for weeks. I've got control of the estate. And I'm seeing that. And here's the thing. I was the closest member of the Leaf family. My last name is Leaf. You're hearing it here for the first time. Scotty Leaf.
Gosh.
You've listened to how many fucking episodes of this, and you didn't even know my last name was Leaf. And I was the closest member. I was the closest Leaf to Grandma Leaf. And I see Doritos using her as a puppet.
Well, I mean, he is auxiliary percussion. I mean, her head.
Yeah, man. I mean, he made good use of her, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she's immortal. She's on the record, man.
I never stopped
now.
thinking about her. So,
yeah.
I mean, think about that.
You know what? If anything, it's a tribute. Okay? Wow. So I think, Scotty, me and you, we could put this behind us.
This is the reason I don't do any TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA, Dean.
I knew it, man. I knew it.
Because Doritos got his hand right up inside my grandmama.
Oh, my God. It was... Tom Green saw that. It was just like, hey, I should do that.
I should do that. And you put her in a Choose Love shirt. It wasn't even a TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA thing. I don't know why you put it in there.
I mean, hey, isn't that like, I mean, that's a statement, man. I mean, Scotty, right now, are you going to choose love, man, right now? Come on, man.
That's in her book. I'm looking at it right now. Are you going to choose love, 56. Scotty? Come on, man. I mean,
are you going to choose love, Scotty?
Page 24.
Well, I'll think about it, Dina.
Wow.
I'll take it.
And I'm only saying that because I am so incapacitated by the sun at the moment that my old brain ain't working the way it should be.
Oh, my
God.
So if you got me on a day when I'm inside with an air conditioner, I would have gutted you right here on the air. And I would have worked you as a puppet.
Hey, man, come on,
too weak
man.
to do it today.
Sibling rivalries here.
I'm going to choose love, and I'm going to get back to where I work on.
Hey, Scotty, man.
Wow.
Good seeing you, Scotty, man. I'm glad we put a hatchet.
He's flipping the bird. I don't know if it is a hatchet.
You know what I'm worried
not.
about? I feel like we still are at a stalemate. Are we going to be able to play TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA? Because we've got a true sibling rivalry here on one hand. And on the other hand, we owe you 35% now.
Well,
I do just want to say, yes, Scotty flipped me the bird, man, sure. But we're half bird people.
Oh,
and in our family,
there you go.
Scotty,
you're half bird people?
A sign of respect, man.
That is true.
So,
yeah, I have to say, sorry, Greg Lemon Sour's back here. I actually have to say that is the cover of the UK Birds Yard Bird Split 45. It's a picture of all of them giving the finger, which is a true respect. Half of them giving the English middle finger, half of them the American middle finger.
Away,
Are we
Push
good?
Him
Are we
away. We got to take a break. We got to pay some bills. It's TWIZ-DED Fantasy with Third DUI on 108.9 The Hawk.
Are you throwing a birthday party for a little kid? Then you're going to definitely need some party crap. So come on down to Party Crap, Valverde's premier outlet for all of that useless garbage that you're going to give kids who come to your kid's party. And we've got everything you could want. Little crappy plastic tops that hardly spin. A miniature ball maze where the ball always gets stuck in the corner. Plastic toy maracas that break immediately. A plastic kazoo that breaks immediately. A slide whistle that's broken from the get-go. And hundreds of other terrible, cheap toy instruments. Look, I know what you're thinking. Maybe I'll throw a birthday party where I don't give away a goodie bag full of useless crap. And to that, I say, you're an idiot. You've never met a kid. All they want out of a birthday party is a bag of useless crap that eventually you're gonna have to throw out. Speaking of which, we've got all the goodie bag varieties that you would need. All too small to fit the crap that you're trying to shove in there, and covered in characters that kind of look like how you expect they should look. But it doesn't matter because it's going in a landfill in 3 months anyways. Or directly into the air, like our terribly misshapen balloons. SpongeBob SquarePants that doesn't really look like SpongeBob, but doesn't matter because it's going to go floating into the sky right away. We tie 'em terrible. So if you want your kid happy at their birthday, and you don't want their friends making fun of them for not giving them a goodie bag, come on down to Party Crap. Party Crap. We've got all the crap for your parties.
On the outside, it's cold as hell. But on the inside, we're keeping it warm with the hottest damn rock and roll around from bands like Styx to Jethro Tull and even Journey. The hardest rock is on 108.9 The Hawk. And of course, that's TWIZ-DED Fantasy with their song Sportin' a Woody.
I always wondered what that Woody was.
Yeah, well.
And then Woody Allen showed up in that video. And
Woody Allen was in the video.
I'm confused even more, TWIZ-DED.
Also, Scotty's grandmother was in there. So Woody Allen's in the video for Sportin' a Woody from TWIZ-DED Fantasy. We've got their great manager, my manager now, taking 35%, DINA LEAF. And the best part of the Sportin' a Woody video is that Scotty's grandmother, your grandmother, has Woody's clarinet in her mouth. And she's just like, aww. And Woody Allen reaches over, grabs the clarinet, does the solo that you heard at the end of that song. And it's just beautiful. I mean, that's art. That's art. When you, not you, Art Spart, our traffic guy. Don't look over here.
His head was like,
home improvement. It is not that. It is art. How did that feel? I mean, and how did
By the
that
way,
all
sorry,
come
I do
together?
have to apologize to Richard Karn because I'm sorry we don't have Burger Tools as our sponsor here.
Oh,
we
sorry.
do have the guy from Wahlburgers making burgers.
Yep.
He heard the call. He went, hey, excuse me, and he was upset. But yes, go on, your question.
And that's just how that Wahlburger brother talks, too. He
know what,
talks in
man?
hours.
You know what, man?
What's that, Dina?
I think like you guys were gonna ask me a question a long time ago, man, and I think that I changed the subject, man, and it was like gonna be important. I thought.
Did we have a? Oh yeah, I had a great question.
Wait on.
I
I'm looking
think
at
it
my
was
question
before
bucket.
I threw it. I think it was before I threw a grenade.
Hold on, let me erase tabs, question, tabs,
When I let you know that
tabs. Oh right.
Scotty
TWIZ-DED
was my
Fantasy
brother.
used to just be TWIZ-DED Fantasy, not TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA.
Oh yeah, man,
what a
that's what
good
we're here to talk about,
Yeah.
man. Scotty, why you gotta do this to me, man? You sidetracked my whole interview, man.
Scotty's on the floor of the deck right now. He's not even fucking moving.
No, he's hemorrhaging, actually. I think he might be. He's only moving his legs. I think he's having a fucking seizure from this.
Well, he's got what's called a soft pancreas.
Is that a thing that happens in the leaf? Now we're getting on a tangent again. I want to know about TWIZ-DED
I'm
Fantasy.
sorry, but
I don't need to know
really
about
important
Scotty's
questions.
soft pancreas. Now, really important, Dina. the name.
Yeah, TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA. Right. Yeah.
Was there another Twisted Fantasy that sued the pants off of you?
Well, this is how you get around that kind of stuff, guys. This is the kind of representation you're going to get with me,
Let
man.
me get my pen out here.
So they're
write it down for me.
Yeah, so
Let me lick the end of the pen. Ready? Okay.
Sure. So, I get a call from Twisted Fantasies representation, they're WME or something like that,
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. We heard enough about them being a bunch of jag-offs from the guy from Jag last night.
Yeah, and, I said, they said, they're like, you're going to get a cease and desist, we're going to sue the pants off you. I said, wait, who are you calling about? Who you calling about? And they said Twisted Fantasy. And I said, who?
Oh, I thought they were talking about the keyboard players in TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA, cease and desist.
Oh, yeah, cease and desist. But that's with 2 C's.
Right.
C's, exactly.
Oh, God,
Right.
They're so good on the keys. They are so good on the keys.
So you just threw them off the scent by saying, who are you talking about?
Yeah, I said, who are you talking about? And I said, you're wrong, you're dumb, you're stupid. How do you spell Twisted Fantasy? And I said, no, it's TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA.
Whoa, you got a sick burn in there, too.
I got a sick burn in there, as I do. And that's the kind of representation you guys are going to get. Sick burns.
I cannot wait.
And, it was actually kind of fitting because you know how it's spelled. And the end of it is C, S-E-A, right?
Yeah,
Because it's sea, like the ocean,
Like the ocean.
Yeah. And then, consequently is a word I think I'm using correctly.
I think you're making it up, Dina. And I can say that because you're my manager now. And I can call you on things sometimes.
That's okay, man, because I'll own it, man. Because that's the kind of representation you're getting.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, so when we almost all died on that cruise ship, sea cruise, you get it. It's written in the stars, man.
I see
It's
that.
written in the stars.
See that? I've got a very important question that I've been meaning to ask you for the last 40 minutes.
VIQ.
Where does the 35% go?
Because now I'm wondering.
Well, it's a very expensive process to keep my mummified grandmother from spoiling.
Oh,
right.
It's a very expensive process.
You still have her.
Well, now she's the mascot of TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA.
Well,
Yeah, and I gotta take her to shows. That's what the fans want, man.
Do you think it's what Grandmama would have wanted?
Yeah, she had vim, vigor, zest for life. Loved me more than anybody.
I mean, when I saw TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA perform once, and you had Grandmama come out wearing like a Zardoz outfit.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. TikTok, watch out.
TikTok, watch out. We got
TikTok,
Zardoz. You know
out.
the kids are loving Zardoz.
We're going to hit
references.
the algorithm with that Zardoz reference.
Hashtag Zardoz. And she's just shooting lasers at the giant head that is Dorito, because Dorito also is a hydrocephalic, has just a humongous head.
Gigantic head.
Yeah,
Doritos got the biggest goddamn
hangs
head
on his head
seen.
for percussion sometimes, and it sounds
Exactly,
great.
man.
I was just like, this is true respect for Grandmama.
Don't you think? Hey, I just need you guys to fill out these forms.
Jeff will fill them out.
Yeah,
Jeff's
no.
got that.
Just send that to me. I've got
Just hand it right
DocuSign.
over there
Don't
to
you
Jeff.
worry about
Jeff
it.
is.
Well, here, I'm actually going to physically hand them to you.
No,
Okay, no,
just
well,
hand them
okay.
on
So
over
can
to
I use
Jeff.
DocuSign in real life? Can I
Yeah,
just do
just
that?
do it. Just do it multiple times. DocuSign for me, but use the name Jeff Garlock if you can. That would be
this
very.
makes sense.
Dina,
legally
thanks
to me.
so much for coming on the show. And since we're talking about it, here's another TWIZ-DED-FANTASY song
Awesome,
called Chafing on 108.9 The Hawk. Crank it up, you slobs. We're the number 10 radio station in all Valverde. But we're still number 1 in your heart. Valverde rocks with 108.9 The Hawk. Pam Murphy, welcome to 108.9 The Hawk.
Hi. Hello.
Pam.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for doing this. This was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, I
yeah.
love this beach house.
You're the first guest in the beach house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
you broke the seal on the beach house.
Broke
We're doing
the
it all
seal.
summer.
We're out here in the middle of Valverde Bay. It's awful. And we're going to be here all summer long.
Well, there
So
is
we'll
a
see what
bit of a
happens.
stench, a little bit of a
Yes,
smell.
yes.
It's
It's
like
awful.
it's like a algae bloom for sure.
A beautiful, stinky algae bloom.
It's like an algae
Yeah.
bloom, but it's also killing the fish, and that just I think it's like self-perpetuating.
Yes.
And the water level's low.
We can't get the water up. We can't. The water's so low, you think a tsunami's coming every time you're out on the beach.
Yeah.
You're like, tidal wave any moment in Verde Bay.
Exactly. But, I appreciate being here.
No, it's so good to have you on here. I remember seeing, I think the first time I ever saw you at UCB, because we are all UCB Theater New York people, was your one-woman show.
Yes. The C word.
The C
The
word.
C word.
The
That's
C
right.
word.
Much like another TV show that we...
The big C. That was the big C.
Right, that
Or you're
was
talking about the L word.
It
Yes,
came
it was
out.
just
Well, there
like
was the L
Sex and the
word,
City.
and then there was also the big C. I think they were both on Showtime. It made it a problem for me to advance my career completely.
Yeah, they're like, wait, you were on the L word?
And
You
I'm
did
like,
the L
no,
word at
the C
UCB?
word. The C word. It's a double entendre.
What's a what? But it was one of the most, like, I know, and Kristen and I, my wife, Kristen Bartlett,
My wife.
we still talk about that show because it was
Really?
one of the first times that we had seen comedy that was about something real, but also like had heart, funny as hell, but also was like about a real tough time in your life. And then that inspired us, when our dads died, to do the Dead Dads Club at UCB. And it's just like, because comedy like this can exist. And it seems to be, a lot of times our favorite type of comedy is a
Yes.
comedy that comes from a real place. And so first time I was ever introduced to Pam Murphy was that show. And still think about it all the time. So.
Oh my gosh, that makes me feel so good because I'm usually in a dark apartment wondering where I went wrong.
Yeah. You might have went wrong when I first really met you. It was when we were on a mod team together.
Which
And-
team was this?
Slow Burn.
Oh, shit, okay.
And for a long time, I considered Pam one of my muses because I think I wrote most of my sketches for Pammy over here.
Yeah.
Oftentimes they would come from, you would drive me from one place to another and we'd sit and I'd watch you smoke cigarettes in your car. And we'd complain about things happening at the theater. But
Never complaining, always
no.
admiring,
Always just
always saying
admiring
what a
and
great.
loving.
Yes, everything there. All the choices are great.
But
Yeah.
truly, so many sketches, I was just like, well, this is a Pam sketch, or I'd work on it like from Milk Voice, which that comes up off where Pam said I can do this Milk Voice, and then
I can do this milk
made a
voice like
sketch
a
where-
bubble in my throat, like I drank too much milk.
So I made a sketch where she worked at a dairy outlet, and then
How they have
a lot of
all over the world.
The dairy
All the
outlet.
dairy
and of course
outlets.
Devlin Corrigan decided to up it all and drink an entire gallon of milk on the stage and spill it everywhere. So the
An
interns had to
actual
clean
ER
up.
doctor.
Yeah,
he
an
didn't.
actual ER doctor.
He didn't have to do that,
No,
did he?
and he didn't tell us that was going to be a move. But I was actually thinking about you yesterday, not just because of this, but I was listening to a podcast and Dana Gould was just talking about, somehow he started talking about Everest, and he's like the blind Everest climber, and he's like, couldn't you just lie to them? And I was like, I wrote that sketch 15 years ago for Pam.
Wait, what was it?
We did a sketch that was, you were a blind climber. And your brother didn't feel like taking you up
doing
Everest.
it and was like, "Oh, we're here."
So it was just you
oh,
going like,
wow, here
"You
we are.
mountain." And so it was you just screaming about fucking Mount Everest and how and like people would walk by. Any of the sketches, like I had also, like, you were my muse in a fair amount of sketches. I was like, I couldn't get it to work for the audience, much like a cliche Vietnam movie veteran reading Teen Beat magazine.
Oh yeah.
Which was
Did
just
it not go well?
It went okay, but people just
I thought
couldn't.
I did it pretty good.
No, you did it amazing. You did exactly how I thought, because you just kept screaming about your damn legs being taken away and punching your legs in between talking about the Jonas Brothers. But this was the insanity that I was introduced to, meeting Pam and then being like, well, I guess I'm going to write everything for this crazy person.
Very funny writer. Very funny writer.
Very funny actress. But also one of the reasons we thought of you, besides you're hilarious and you're a great improviser, but I think early on I also was like, oh, Pam also like knows stuff about music, which was not a thing at UCB to me. Like, you know, like people.
But I didn't really show it off today.
No, I mean,
you did.
You showed the #1 band in the world, TWIZ-DED-FAN-TUH-SEA.
But you know, you won my heart because I could write sketches and you knew who Jesus Lizard were.
Oh yeah,
like who I just went to see on Saturday, and while I was there, I was like, oh, Pammy, I should have mentioned that. But yeah, it was just like, and that's why I was like, oh, she knows this world. Like Pam knows.
There was a certain number of people at UCB in New York that knew rock and roll, I think, but it was a handful.
The higher percentage every show, I was like, this is all terrible music in between shows and in between different it was awful. Pam, that's when you were this is something we always ask though as our guest, when you were growing up, did you grow up in Jersey, right?
Yes.
What did you have, like a radio station you listened to in Jersey growing up?
Yes, there would be a couple. I mean, I think there's still radio stations. It's like 97.5. They're like New York radio stations.
Right.
So it'd be like the New York radio station. So like, you know, like I would listen to, there was like a small time when I would listen to like Tiffany, you know, like that stuff.
Oh God, yeah.
Like that was probably 97.5. But then there was also Rutgers had their, like the student radio station.
Yep.
And that would have like, it was like, I think like 89.3 or something, or 88.3. Yeah. And then I think like, I'm thinking of New Jersey 101.5 is like the news or something maybe, or that's 1010 wins or something.
Yeah, 1010 wins.
Which is basically Anthony Atamanek's character is on our version of that. As Willie Crystal.
Willie Crystal is on the news station and on our version of 1010 wins that has its own ticker running the whole time. But the station in Rutgers is WRSU 88.7.
88.7. Yeah.
Which is amazing because that was the college radio station I listened to in New Haven. University of New Haven was 88.7 WNHU.
Oh, maybe that's all the college stations all have 88.7.
They all were pretty high.
88 through 89 are where you're going to get like public radio or college stations, because my college station, Radford University, WVRU, 89.9.
And Seton Hall University was 89.5. Seton Hall University Pirate Radio.
Oh.
I love it. I love college radio.
Well, there was also WSOU.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
WSOU. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's where the good stuff was, baby.
That's where the good stuff is.
That's where the good stuff was.
Yeah,
it's just so funny, too, because it's like oldies stations, like, moved from, like, 50 songs, and now it's 80 songs or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, it's like, oh, it's different. You know,
my babysitter growing up was a Golden Oldies station listener, but the Golden Oldies now would be Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah. Whenever I go to the beach, like we have a beach trip, we just went to North Carolina to hang out with Kristen's mom. I always turn on the Sirius XM 50s channel and 60s channel so I can hear stuff like Lightning Strikes and all of those, like, all of those. That's one thing about Jersey that I loved when I lived there, is that like when you're at any grocery store in New Jersey, they're always going to be playing like 60s, 70s doo-wop or Dominic the Donkey.
Christmas Dominic the Donkey.
Yeah, like even not
the best Christmas song of all.
Oh, and I only learned about it when I met my wife, who family grew up in Jersey, and then I was like,
really?
What the fuck is this song?
I never heard it until I lived in Jersey. Yeah,
that's the crazy part. I'd never heard of it until Jersey came into life.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That is a Jersey classic.
Oh my gosh.
It's the guy from Family Guy singing it.
The donkey.
Yeah. Speaking of cartoons, you voice on Krapopolis.
Yes.
And that's amazing. It's such a funny show. It is such an amazing cast.
Yes, thank you for watching.
Yeah,
you're truly on a cast with some of our favorite comedians.
Yeah,
yeah, I can't believe
you had
it.
to hear about these people from me when I was writing.
Who is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Who? I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it's so funny. It's on Fox. Everyone should watch it. It's like, I mean, what season is it in right now? It's season
well, what's airing?
2, but
what's airing is season 2. Yeah.
Yes.
So what's airing? So you can watch season 1 on Netflix right now.
Hello.
And you can watch season 2 on Fox, and then next day on Hulu. So it's almost done with season 2.
How far ahead have you guys recorded though?
Well, we recorded the next season.
Okay.
We've recorded the next season.
Amazing.
And that's all I can say.
That's all that can be said on this podcast.
That's all I can be said about that.
Anything else to plug that you want to mention here to the 108.9 The Hawk listener?
Oh, you guys.
Or just anything like where can they find you online, that sort of thing? Or...
Oh, I'm on Instagram on Murphy, please. I'm not much of a poster. I don't really do anything.
No. You're mostly
kind of
found in your apartment with your dog.
Yeah, and it's dark. You guys see. It's dark in here. It's very dark and sad. Not a lot of stuff on the walls.
Yeah.
You're just moving in, right?
Yeah, I've just lived here for 14 years. In the same dingy apartment. Fox is very good to me.
Yeah. They're like, Pam, why don't you put up a fucking picture?
No!
That's the voice of Fox.
Let him put a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
They'll charge me $2 for a hole.
But your landlord is dead. He died 12 years ago.
When I move out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I have a generator. We're not hooked up to the grid anymore because he died, and you know. So I got my own generator.
Amazing.
Got a Jenny running.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. This was an absolute pleasure.
Oh my gosh, so much fun for me. Thank you for having me.
108.9 The Hawk with Jason Gore and Jeff Garlock.
A comedy podcast about a fictional classic rock radio station.
Hear and see new episodes every Monday. Subscribe on YouTube,
Apple Podcasts,
Spotify,
Pocket Casts,
Overcast, and wherever you get your podcasts. Support the show by going to patreon.com/1089 The Hawk. Get video and audio episodes 1 week early, bonus shows, and so much more. Get that merch by going to our website at 1089thehawk.com. And if you like what you heard in this episode, you can check out a ton of 108.9 The Hawk episodes on our website at 1089thehawk.com or wherever you get your podcasts. A comedy podcast about a fictional classic rock radio station. 108.9 The Hawk with Jason Gore and Jeff Garlock.